President-elect Mr. John Mahama has outdoored a 28-man transition team in Accra to oversee the transition from the erstwhile Atta Mills-led government to the newly elected Mahama administration.
The constitution of the team brings into effect the Presidential Transitional Act 854, which was passed into law last year. The team, which is chaired by Vice President Mr. Kwesi Mensah-Arthur, begins work immediately until January 7th next year.
The outdooring of the National Transition Team and Advisory Council is in consonance with the Presidential Transitional Act, Act 845, which was passed into law last year. The transition team comprises 14 statutory members, 10 other members, a 3-man advisory council, and an administrator general. The team was drawn from labor, the civil service, traditional rulers, the business community, and the like. The act is the first of its kind on Ghana's statutory books, and to ensure its smooth implementation, the government has been advised by the Attorney General. The act has some grey areas, such as an incumbent president transitioning into a second term and daily security briefing as though it were the first tenure of a winning political party.
Nobody made provision for the fact that a president could die in office and be succeeded by a vice president who would then become the incumbent but be transitioning into a first term rather than into a second term. But based on advice from the Attorney General, we have, been guided by the spirit of the law. I have asked the Vice President to chair the transition team, which is composed of very eminent and trusted Ghanaians, to make comprehensive and practical arrangements to regulate the transfer of political power following elections, including the organization of inaugural ceremony on the 7th of January 2013, and ensure provision of daily national security briefings for the president-elect. The transition team is to arrive at decisions by consensus, but where there are irresolvable matters, an advisory council, which is headed by the Speaker of Parliament, will determine such matters expeditiously.
The Vice President and Chair of the transition team, Mr. Kwesi Mensah-Arthur, thanked the nation for going through a peaceful election and hoped it will serve as a lesson to the rest of the continent, especially sub-Saharan Africa, which has recorded pockets of post-election violence.
We have decided this morning that we'll have a preliminary meeting of an administrative nature to determine the members who will serve on the 3 specific areas, committees that the law requires us to. That is the inauguration committee and principally the government machinery, the processes by which the ministers prepare handing over notes so that their successors will be able to carry on from where they have left off.
The transition team starts work in earnest on Friday and ends before January 7, 2013. After outdooring the team, President-elect John Dramani Mahama left Accra for Abuja, Nigeria. Nto Bibini Nto, reporting for Ghana Television.